Well, that's an intro, all right. Sorry if that came through the microphone or if it didn't. It just was awkward silence. Uh,
An intro.
Intro, yeah. This is the intro. So quick heads up, there is a baby in the room with me right now. You might hear him. Yeah, you might hear him goo and coo in the background. That's just him playing in his pack and play. So if I suddenly turn like this, I am looking towards the baby. And if I come back a little disoriented and chat's gone, that that means we needed a baby break. So, yeah, we're looking at the Somali. I think it's the Somali sort of fraud situation going on in Minneapolis. Tyler Oliveira is looking into it. Yeah, and it's been like a hot button issue, and I wanted to see what it's all about.
Minnesota Don Chano.
I think he's just Minnesota. Yeah? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's getting fussy. Wait for it. Wait for it. You good, buddy? Yeah? You want me to start the video? Yeah. Oh, you want to keep standing and playing. He's pulling up already. He's growing up so fast. Yeah, you ready, buddy? I'm going to start the video. We're going to learn about Minneapolis. This should be a lot of fun. Oh. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. The baby has moved from his pack and play to my lap, and now he's just chilling. He just kind of vibing. All right, so let's see how this Somali invasion of Minneapolis is going. I don't know if I'd call it an invasion, but apparently there's some fraud and stuff going on, and Ilhan Omar's in charge. So we all know that this is a situation where it seems a bit all over the place. Also, my model moves a little weird. It's the baby. The little baby, he is a wiggly little man, so this one might take a while. Sorry. Yeah? All right, be a good man.
How is life here in Minneapolis?
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, ya Allah.
This is Little Mogadishu, Minneapolis, the unofficial capital.
Oliveira, yeah. Well, they don't speak English, apparently. I don't know what language that was. Is the Somalian language just Somali? Or do they speak like a dialect of Arabic? I have no idea.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not familiar with Somalia and the stuff there. The only African countries I've been to is Kenya and Djibouti. And in Kenya, they spoke English to me. And Djibouti, I kind of got by with a little bit of French. For those who are curious, military service. That's how I got there. Anyway.
Of the 100,000 plus Somalis that have made Minnesota their home, fleeing the war-torn Somalia since the 90s, and attracted by Minnesota's refugee programs, job opportunities, a generous welfare system, pre-existing Somali community, and the welcoming, hospitable Minnesotan spirit.
Is there anyone in that crown?
Dogfighter.
Dogfighter. More like a sailor. I worked with a boxer. Anyway, this crowd is so old.
He was a boxer hound.
Maybe. What am I looking at here? Everyone in this is so old.
Yeah, mostly Karens in the crowd, it looks.
Yeah. Well, no wonder this is happening. Bunch of geriatrics that have been gaslit into saying that they are
retirement age protesters.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a bunch of geriatrics voting in like immigration just so they have any kind of vitality in their community these days. It's so old. They're going to funerals weekly at this point. My goodness.
But not everyone wants them here.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars.
Yeah, I heard that. I really, really wish he would bring the receipts there. I just want to see how he. Yeah, I would love to see how much. Oh, the baby just hit the microphone. I gotta lean over now. I would love to see exactly how much it is and how they got those numbers. You know, because they would have had an investigation into this, right? You can't just blame that and be like, yes, it's been a huge scam this whole time. You gotta actually produce some receipts on that, man. Come on, show me. I want the numbers. I want that audit. Give me the reason to deport all of them. Deport. Get rid of them. Please, everyone that's in the country illegally, everyone that's frauded their way into the country, get rid of them. And then we'll have the foundation to start something better.
I think it had to do with the amount of welfare they took for disabilities.
Yeah, apparently there was like this whole controversy around their autism programs and stuff like that. Very fraudulent claims, and apparently within the Somali community, a shocking number of the kids have autism, even though the doctors haven't really reported that or anything.
The question is, were they really retarded or was it fraud?
Well, I mean, average IQ of 68, so definitionally retarded.
With incest, we'll never know.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Or I guess they'll never know.
No one will ever know.
Because they're retarded.
All right. Well, I'm glad I'm not monetized because this video would have been shunted out of the algorithm so fast.
Their country stinks.
No, buddy.
The president says he doesn't want any Somalis living in the U.S. after a few dozen were implicated in a COVID relief fraud case.
I got nothing to do personally. I've been working all my life hard.
They believe the fraud could extend beyond $6.5 billion just in the time period where Tim Walz has taken office.
Whoa, wait. So Tim Walz takes office, fraud happens. My man, those allegations are looking a lot stronger. Yeah, that's right. Even Baby agrees. He's not even old enough to talk.
This guy was close to the VP seat. That's scary.
Oh yeah, that's terrifying. Old Tampon Tim and his absolute failure of a brain. I swapped the lap. Hopefully the model doesn't pick him up. If it does, it'll be funny because you'll get to see the baby pilot my model. But yeah, no, so Tim Walz, Trump called him retarded. That was like a whole news cycle. And I'm just thinking to myself, my goodness, if he's really this bad, we got to consider that people almost made him vice president. The retard vote is real, and I don't like it. I think that needs to be stopped ASAP. Oh, no, buddy. He's flailing on my lap. Oh, okay. Ready? Here we go, buddy.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are Somali.
With an estimated $1 billion plus stolen from welfare programs designed to feed the hungry,
But the people are retarded.
Yep.
housing stabilization, and treat autistic kids. Is this the
Because
result of a
democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people.
One of my favorite quotes. But the people are retarded. I mean, yeah. I mean, you live long enough in a democratic system, you start to realize that if you're not allowed to gatekeep, then the retards take over. It's pretty bad.
few evil fraudsters who happen to mostly be Somali? Or is it the work of a city and state's leadership bending the knee to an increasingly growing community of tribally loyal refugees that have refused to assimilate, have worked together as a community to exploit generous welfare programs, and have not been held accountable due to the fear of spineless politicians being called?
Okay, real quick. Apparently, the mayoral race in Minneapolis was decided by a Somali blood feud. So the guy who won exploited the bad blood between these two tribes and ended up winning because of that. That's kind of nuts to me. Is that he was able to exploit that to win the office? Like,
Yeah,
why?
it was hilarious.
It's hilarious, but it's also kind of scary and a bit sad. If they hold that much power in the city, you really need to consider reducing immigration because that's insane. Yeah, no. And how many of them are voting illegally
but also
too?
Crazy that Somalis can even vote if they're not American citizens.
Right. That's another thing I have an issue with. Not a citizen, you shouldn't be able to vote. There's a whole buy-in process to being a citizen. That's what earns the right to vote. Honestly, I don't really think voting should be a right. It should be a privilege bestowed. But you bring up qualified suffrage and people start getting really antsy for some reason. Oh, how I yearn for the olden times.
Called racist and potentially losing the votes of the Somali community they know they'll need to get reelected.
Somali people have been an extraordinary benefit.
They contribute.
That guy reminded me of the old Prime Minister of Canada. It's like Timu Trudeau. Timu Trudeau. We have Trudeau at home. You know what I mean? He kind of reminded me of that guy. Yep.
That was the dude who exploited the blood feud, lol.
You ready to go back in your pack and play, buddy? Ready? All right, we're gonna take a risk here. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I think we're back. Little man did not fight me on that at all. He just went right back into his pack and play and started playing. All right. Yeah, no, that food did not look good. The chat got hidden. Anyway, Little Mogadishu is such a strange thing for any city to have a sub. What do you call it? Like a district, I guess. Kind of like Chinatown. I don't know. It's just instead it's for Somalia. Now, I'm no expert on Somalia, but I know that they're not known for being smart. Oh, people on Twitter, I think from Somalia, said Somalia is in the Bronze Age or something like that. Like it was a good thing, and it's been the same since the Bronze Age. Yeah. Why are we importing people from there? Can't we just, not? We should really not be taking the smarter people from there. Yeah. Really should not be taking the smarter people from there. It's okay. The little man's got his own keyboard. He's playing with it and he's chewing on it. A little keyboard teether. So cute. Anyway, yeah. So I'm a little confused as to why we're bringing in so many people from Somalia. Is it a humanitarian thing? Is it a population thing? I'm not sure. All I know is that they have a high rate of cousin marriage out there, and that's not good.
Contribute nothing. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Anyone who looks like me are scared right now.
The fear comes as the Somali community here is bracing for a surge of ICE agents cracking down on migrants who've been issued final deportation.
Okay, you don't hate the media enough. They use the word migrant there. Migrant implies they have a right to be here, that they're here legally. Can you get a little more specific than that, Mr. Announcer voiceover guy? Because I guarantee you the ones that ICE are going after are not here legally. ICE does not go after legal immigrants. They go after people in the country illegally. We're talking visa overstays. We're talking like people who hop the border. They do not go after people with up-to-date paperwork or actual like legal means to be in the country. Why would you use the word migrant?
Yeah, legal immigration is not in their jurisdiction.
That's right. So why would you use the word migrant instead of illegal alien, which is the more accurate term? Because you're trying to make it sound like they're picking on all immigrants, trying to scare the immigrants, when the reality is more, I don't even want to say it's nuanced, it's just you're lying to people. Like it's only people who are here legally that are getting targeted.
Well, it's because the left plays with language.
Yeah, they like to cause linguistic drift. They like to force it. Gives them power. It's all power play. They don't care who they have to hurt to do it. They will gain power at all costs. They are very much ends justify the means types of people. This is why I do not like the left. Anyway, moving on.
Orders.
So I pulled up to Little Mogadishu to talk to the Somali community and figure out what's really going on here.
So this sign is in
Why does he keep risking his life like this?
I don't see a variant of it in English. That's fascinating. Let's see if it's English
Wow.
on the back. No, Somali only. I guess why even learn English if you can just read the signs in Somali? If you don't force the people who move here to learn English, they never will or will never have the need to learn English.
And my point proved itself immediately.
Could I interview you? Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Okay, this will be fascinating. Do you speak English?
Brave man.
Do you speak
Oliveira.
English?
Very brave.
Do you speak any English?
French.
French? Bonjour. Somali?
French.
Okay. Can I interview you in French? Hey.
What are you doing, guys?
Doing news report.
Oh, man.
What do you mean no? It's America, no? Puis-je vous interviewer in François?
He doesn't speak French.
Maku warisan kara af Somali? Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
This is a unique place. My name's Tyler.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so little man's getting a bit fussy. I'm about to pick him up again. What I'll say about this, though, man, like no one here speaks English. Okay, I got you, buddy. Yeah, I'll be right back. One sec. All right, I think we're back. Baby is back on my lap. Say hi, little man. Oh, he's got a pacifier in. He's not gonna be babbling. Poor baby. I'd be fine with you babbling, but don't drop your pacifier on the floor, okay? Anyway, yeah, none of the guys here speak English at all, and I find that very concerning because that shows a lack of assimilation. And honestly, how do you stay employed unless you have this really tiny subculture built into it? It's not good for a city, not good for a country. You need to have a baseline. You know what I mean? At least a minimum of learning enough English to tell the doctor what's wrong, not have to rely on translators. So I don't much like the situation here, and I think Tyler Oliveira is very brave for stepping into this. Anyways, we'll continue.
Hi. We're trying to talk to members of Somali community.
Yeah.
Because the Trump thing, temporary protected status over. I wanted to talk to people that live here. Would you be open to giving any thoughts for a little news piece we're doing?
Okay, good.
Good?
Yes, good.
Okay.
Oh, he's good? He's happy about it.
Nice people. But keep in mind, it says it's not safe right there. It's not safe. Whisper on the wall, Dark Souls style. Well, we're trying to talk to members of the Somali community. And no? Okay. Okay.
And then I headed towards the Riverside Plaza apartment complex, known for its large Somali population, to see if I could find anyone here that spoke English.
Speak English? Bonjour. Can I interview in French? Interview in François? Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, once you start speaking French, they don't speak French. English? François?
Very suspicious.
Speak English?
Yes.
Could I ask you a few questions for interview?
Why?
News interview.
Okay. Why does he look like a deer in the headlights? Am I crazy? This guy looks like genuinely scared. Is there like an oath of silence that this community has taken or something like that? It's starting to feel that way. Are you getting sleepy, little man? Because this guy's got a serious deer in a headlight kind of expression. It's like, what is the threat of doing a news interview?
I think they're having a hard time understanding in general.
I mean,
might be some incest issues.
Come on. I don't know if we can keep beating that horse. My goodness. But yeah, I don't much understand like why they freeze up like this, you know?
Interview?
News interview.
For what?
News.
News? My name's Amul. I live in Minneapolis.
No. Oh, you can't speak for himself?
No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What
My name's Tyler.
Okay, Tyler. What are you looking for?
To speak to people in Somali community. I want to ask people in Somali community in Minneapolis about Trump trying to revoke the temporary protected status.
But he doesn't have authority. So
he does actually.
I think it's rhetoric. It's not the actual policy.
Do you believe the Somali community is being targeted unfairly?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't understand why he's targeting Somalis. Somalis, like everyone, they are Americans and they have the whole right that each American has. If Mr. Trump...
Okay, hang on a second. So he's saying they're Americans, but the Somalis are Americans. So is he saying that they're Somali Americans or that they are... the implication here is that they are legally in the country, right? Like, that's the idea. But then the question becomes, why put up that barrier, I guess? He says the Somalis are Americans. If they're here on TPS and TPS is ending, then it's going to change it to be they're going to be visa overstays if they don't go back to their home country. So
if they're Americans, they should be citizens. But if they aren't citizens yet, they shouldn't be called Americans.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So I don't understand why this guy is phrasing it like that. It sounds like he's trying to imply that they have the right to be here, but then at the same time, they don't want to assimilate at all. You have to assimilate at least a little. Like, for me, assimilation should entail understanding just enough English to read the ballot, maybe in English, and maybe talk to police if needed. That's where I'm at. So I'm a little confused why they're all so upset about the situation if they're claiming to be here legally, because if ICE goes there, they're only going to be going after people who aren't legally in the country. Like, ICE doesn't go after people who are legal. They can't. They can go after people who are illegally on overstayed visas, border hoppers, stuff like that. If you're here in the country legally, you have nothing to fear from ICE. Like, unless you've let your visa lapse, in which case sometimes they'll even just let you know, hey, go renew your visa. Usually what it is they'll target people with removal orders already. Usually. But, you know, the whole system is a bit too... what's the word for it? They've muddied the system to the point where it doesn't work properly. I can kind of show you what it was like before all this. I gotta set the little man down, though, so we will do that. If my model freaks out, it's because I'm moving to put the little man back in his pack and play. Ready, buddy? Hi. Okay. You go get your crinkle book. He just sat on his little keyboard teether. Okay, but yeah, let me get that pulled up because I made a flowchart for immigration that I think kind of explains what the ideal should be. Uh-oh, buddy, it's okay. What's wrong? He loves being held, so when I set him down, he gets upset. Oh, you trying to stand? Yeah, go ahead, buddy. You got it. Woo! Look at you go! Woo! Oh, okay, hang on. We might have to baby break here. And we're back. So I guess now's as good a time as any to break down what I believe is the ideal sort of flowchart for immigration enforcement. You'll have to forgive how sloppy it is, but here's what we do, right? So, if you find yourself detained by ICE, if you are legally in the country, so the first question you ask, legally in the country, yes or no? If yes, did you commit a crime? Because if you are here on a visa and you committed a crime, ICE is actually still within jurisdiction. If no, they let you go. Like that's how that goes. If yes, the type of crime is now, or it's not crime, but infraction. There's a distinction there. So the type of issue, right? If it's a minor infraction, you get a ticket and then you go home. Like anyone else, like a speeding ticket, littering, anything that a cop can just write a ticket for. Yeah, that's you're done. You don't have to worry about it. Now, if you get an infraction and it's like a crime, meaning a violation of law defined by criminal statute, you get to go to court, get the verdict. If you're not guilty, you're released with the case resolved. If you're guilty, you're deported. Now, for people who are just here illegally, it should go like this. Detained by ICE.
Did you make that?
I did. So, you're detained by ICE. Are you legally in the country? If no, deport. That should be it. No drawn-out court case. No constant appeals for asylum or to make like this claim. You just need to go.
I love flowcharts.
Me too. Flowcharts are fun. They're great. But yeah, this is how I feel about immigration. This is what I think should be just the basic flow of the immigration system, and it should go as fast as possible. But right now, we've got lawyers kind of exploiting the system and doing their best to make things as difficult as possible. So yeah, I'm not really interested in people being here illegally. If I had it my way, we would have no one in the U.S. illegally here. We would get rid of everyone that entered illegally and overstayed their visas, because we have the system in place for a reason. If we're going to have these safety nets, we need to get rid of...
Yeah, there is a ton of bureaucrats intentionally making things slow for some reason.
It's because it buffs up the census count for like blue states. So I think between New York and California, they would lose, I forgot how many Charlie Kirk said, like something like 15 seats in the House of Representatives if their illegal population wasn't counted. So that's why they want to keep them. It's a power grab. So yeah,
I think they should redo the census after deporting everyone, lol.
Yeah, well, I think they should make it to where it's impossible to get benefits if you're not a citizen. Like, we should reserve these safety nets strictly for citizens. If you're not a citizen, you still have an option. I think the safety net should be we buy you a one-way plane ticket home. Because if you didn't make it here and you tried, no harm, no foul, but we don't want you on the welfare state. We don't want you on welfare. We would rather you be back in your home country making money there. So, like, if it's safe for you to return, you should return. I'd be all for having, instead of putting people here on visas on welfare, I'd rather just give them a ticket home. Maybe like a $5,000 pocket cash or something like that to get started. It would be cheaper than letting them stay on welfare. So yeah, that's really where I'm at with this, is that welfare should be for citizens only, and that would actually kill the incentive for people to enter illegally, because there's nothing for them to get then. And then you require...
Yeah, back when the American dream was a thing, the welfare wasn't as robust as it is now, where literally anyone can be reliant on the government.
Mm-hmm. But that's just how it goes. You can't really bootstrap anymore because it's the way that taxes and incentives work right now. Everything is kind of geared to keep you as low as possible, to keep you as reliant on the government as possible, so that way the government has more leverage on you to where you vote in more programs that benefit them. It's okay, buddy. Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, he's getting a little fussy because I'm not moving. He doesn't like sitting still. But as far as like government programs go, I don't think that you should be able to get on a program if you're not a citizen. I know that might sound a bit unfair or harsh, but like they're there for citizens. I think the best program for non-citizens would be to help with relocating back to their home country.
I think most people would agree with you.
I think the reasonable ones would. And then I would require E-Verify for all employers. And I think that's the only other thing that would really kind of stop the incentives for illegal immigration. Or I don't even want to say it like immigration. It's more like illegal migration. People want to enter this country illegally. They go through all... Oh, that's okay. It's okay. Shh. They go through all these like very dangerous treks through countries that really are not geared to help them. People get human trafficked into the country. We just need to kill the incentive that causes that. And I think that solves it right there. Sort of adjust the levers to where we can make it more appealing to enter legally than illegally. At least that's my take on it. What's wrong, buddy? He's getting a little fussy. Oh, are you getting sleepy?
Make America great again.
AI Trump has spoken. Anyway, that's my take on the whole immigration situation. I think it would be best if we made it to where all government programs were locked behind citizenship, at least in terms of like welfare. And the only program available to non-citizens would be like a return plan. And I do think that would be cheaper overall. I'd have to like crunch the numbers. But a one-time $1,500 plane ticket purchase and maybe an extra $1,000 for, whenever they get home, I still think that would be cheaper than letting them live on welfare for decades. Are your teeth hurting you, buddy? All right, we might take a quick baby break again before we resume. Sorry. Be right back. And we're back. I might have to adjust the model. Well, he's in his pack and play now instead of on my lap. No, it's okay, buddy.
Welcome
Yay.
back.
Thank you. He is pulled up on his little pull-up rings, and now he's making fussy noises. I'm gonna have to... All right, we're going back to baby break. He's getting fussy, and time to party. Let's get this party started. I'm back. All right. Now that I've broken down all of what I thought about immigration and how to fix it, I'm not an expert, so I will never claim to be an expert. All I know is that what I think we need to do is align incentives. I know. But hey, that's just my take. Shall we continue?
Wanted my advice, I would tell him, let alone all Americans, especially the Somalis.
I see.
They came here to get a refuge, and they got one. They are contributing to the countries.
Good to meet you.
He's saying most of them are refugees. See, I'm not sure because refugee claims are kind of easy to falsify, hard to verify, and based on what I've seen, I don't really trust it. I don't trust that this is a refugee situation. I know that might sound a bit odd.
Yeah, I think they're communist refuge when the government fell.
Like Cuba, right? That what you're saying? Just like Cuba, the communist refugees from Cuba. But yeah, I'm not sure, honestly, because it strikes me as such an odd claim.
Something like that, LO.
Yeah. They fled from communism. I don't know if that's even possible for I don't know. Somalia doesn't hit me as a country that went communist, right? I think they had different issues overall. Communism was not really the big one.
No, they didn't flee from communism. They're the communists who fled.
Oh. The communists who fled. My goodness. Yeah, no, that would track. Honestly, it's hard to say. I'm not a huge fan of generalizations, but honestly, with the amount of fraud coming out of this area, makes me thinking. Makes me think. Gets the old noggin jogging. Regardless, it's not a great situation to be in. Also, my slobs is saying I have.
I'm too sleepy to think, lol.
There. So my slobs Streamlabs OBS is saying I have 17 viewers right now. I just checked X on my phone. 14 of them are there. Chat prison on X. I don't I don't have a means to moderate it. That's why it doesn't get a chat. So if you want to chat, there's a link in my on my X account. You can go there if you want. Anyway.
Come on to kick.
Yep. That's only if you want to chat. If you just want to listen to me yap, I'll do that for free. Like, yeah, enjoy yourself. Sit back, relax, and listen to me yap about, or it's really more of a lament at this point, the State of the Union. Anyway, Tyler Oliveira, very brave guy for going in here. He's talking to all these people, trying to get their thoughts on the ending of the, was it TPS, Temporary Protected Status?
Subscribe to Silas Frontrunner on YouTube.
Frost Runner. Just, yeah, I have a link to my YouTube on my X as well. So go to my profile, click there, hit subscribe. It would help out. Maybe you like the stream. Although I got a suspicion that at least one is a bot.
Sorry, sleep.
Nah, don't worry about it. Anyway,
Sleepy.
let's continue the video.
It's going. How are you?
I actually watched your videos.
Right on,
I was
man.
like, wait, no
That's
way.
me. You got any thoughts?
Man, it's there's a lot more to it. Honestly, what I believe than what the like headlines, the news sensation is. Well, so like majority of us aren't under that protective status because we really don't migrate here illegally. Us being on the other side of the world is really not that much of an option. Right here, I think it was around like 500 to 700 people, and that group of people aren't even the ones really
500 to 700 on the temporary protective status in the entire U.S. and 500 are in Minnesota. Okay, I really need to see these numbers now. Maybe fraud investigations are what need to happen, because if they got caught in one scam, was to say that there isn't another.
Wait, so how many are there?
That's the question. I have no idea. If it's actually 700, if that's accurate, then we might need to investigate all the visas, because the rumor is that Ilhan Omar married her brother in order to immigrate, and that's a form of immigration fraud, which is grounds for deportation. So I'm a little lost on this. Personally, I don't know what to do. This is a interesting situation to be in, to say the least. Anywho.
Engaged in anything, so I don't know what it really would solve for.
Do most people here in this community speak English?
Yeah, why not? What I'm speaking now? Am I speaking for Greek? No.
Why are you so revved up right now?
Because of
we came in here pretty civilly, and you're telling him to walk away, and he can't speak, and he's a grown man, right?
He's a mentally ill guy.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
He's a mentally ill guy?
I don't know what to do either, but Trump is moving in the right direction.
Yeah. I think it might be safer for a lot of these people in their own country. I don't know. This whole situation's a huge mess. We really need to clean it up. Like, unfettered migration is just not a good policy position at all. This is, I think, what would you even call it? Like the Biden hangover. We all passed out for 4 years and we woke up and now we're surrounded.
It's vote gouging.
Yeah, that might be it. They're trying to attract a number of what's the phrase? Like, they're trying to get people here who can't vote, so that way in one generation their kids can vote. That's kind of the idea. So it's population capture, trying to buff the numbers. This is why I don't like Democrats. They really will say anything and do anything to get power. All it is to them. Republicans I don't like because they don't do anything to stop it.
They make showing ID illegal so they can vote LOL.
Yeah, that makes it pretty easy to defraud the system, doesn't it? People were saying, yes, we need to make it just as hard to buy a gun as it is to vote. Sure. In fact, let's make voting just as hard as it is to buy a gun. I'd be fine with that. Go through the same checks you go through, get a gun to get your voter registration. I'd be all for that. Some ID or verification that you're here legally would be enough. People say it's not a huge issue, but we really have no way to track it. I don't know. The system does not seem like it's optimized well to prevent fraud. I'll put it like that. And that bothers me.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Good call.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to ask. Have you heard about the statewide welfare?
Implements policy to make voting as easy as getting a gun panics when illegals can't vote.
It feels like that, yeah. There has to be some kind of fraud going on, right? Like, just wish they would let us investigate it. Please. Can't be hiding behind this opaque nonsense. It's getting to that point where it's hard to trust it because it's so opaque. a little bit of transparency goes a long way, you know?
Fraud.
I heard, but
Estimated $1 billion+.
I think that one's fake.
You think it's all fake?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe the small portion is accurate.
Sure.
But I don't think that's not the accurate description for the whole community.
Someone does.
Okay. So he's saying the crime probably happened, but it doesn't reflect on the whole community. I will be fair here and say I think that's totally fair. However, there does raise some questions. Really do need to kind of investigate all the visas because of how strongly the connection is to that community. It was like 77 of the however many collaborators ended up being in there.
But deport the bad ones.
Yeah, deport the ones that broke the law and deport the ones that aren't here legally. So I just said the same thing twice. Deport the ones who broke the law. That's really it. That'd be the best option.
And wrongdoings. I agree that he be punished by law. The publicizing and finger pointing Somalis is not what we like.
That's fair. I can imagine if you are like a good person here legally, trying to make a living, doing the best you can with what you got, you would want the criminals taken away too. So I'd be all for it. Yeah, no, that's a fair take.
People that work here send a lot of money back home to support the family.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
I know a big portion of Somalia's GDP comes from remittance, because there's no economy back there, there's no opportunities.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the ladies specifically.
That's one of those things I'm a little iffy on, right? Remittance as a whole. I actually really don't like it. I don't like USD leaving the US. Now, if they want to buy the Somali currency and then send it over to Somalia, I think I'd be better at that. So remittance.
What's a remittance?
Remittance is whenever you take American money and send it to another country. That's also how offshore bank accounts, I think, operate as well. I can't. Let me double check that. Actually, I don't want to say anything that's just outright false. Let me double check. I think that might actually be inaccurate. Grok can do a Google search for me. Because I really don't feel like checking it.
Isn't that just tax fraud?
You would think. Grok, do you make offshore bank accounts through remittance? No, I'm sorry. Is remittance how people make offshore bank accounts, and why do they do it? Okay, it's not. Never mind. As a way to send money to an already existing bank account or person. Well, okay, you could use remittance to fund your offshore bank account, though. Okay, basically, yeah, you send money from our country to another country. I think it could be tax fraud. I'm not sure. That's something. I'm not a lawyer. I wouldn't know. What I will say is, I don't like money leaving America. And if a portion of your country's entire GDP is remittance, I don't think that's a good thing or something to be proud of, because that tells me you're profiting off of someone else's labor in another country. And then again, I also don't like companies going to other countries and then using their workforce to make products to be sold in America. So, yeah, I don't like it.
They say they speak French, then we start speaking French, and then they don't speak French. Then I get the Somali translation, and then they don't speak Somali. I appreciate you, by the way. Now we're having a conversation.
Absolutely.
It's tough to find people to speak to.
Yeah. I think the majority of people, they speak English, but the elderly people, they don't speak English.
Well, that takes time. Somalis came here 30 years ago.
I see.
And 30 years, it's for the history, is small period.
You think 30?
Hold on. If you came here 30 years ago and you don't speak any English, that's got to be an effort thing at that point, right? Are you even trying to learn English if you've been here 30 years and you don't speak English? Like, seriously. That's just... No. That has to be a skill issue, right? Oh, man.
Some people don't even try to assimilate.
Yeah. But then, can they vote? I don't understand why he would say it like that. It's like, it's a small period of time in the grand scheme of things. Like, in terms of empire, yeah. In real politics, yeah. But in a human lifetime, 30 years is pretty significant. Like, if you live to be 80, 30 years is what? Like, there's only 50 other years. Yeah.
I'd say they shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Yeah, no, unless they're like citizens. And to be a citizen, you have to learn English. Or at least you used to. I don't know if you do anymore. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all this. I don't like it.
30 years is not enough time to assimilate?
I do not agree with the simulation.
Wait. Don't agree with assimilation? So you're saying that the country that you go to should change to suit you and not the other way around. The country that you arrive in should respect your customs. You shouldn't have to respect the customs of the country you're in. That's what I'm hearing. That is why are you here then? What if you want to maintain your old way of life, just go back to the country you came from. I genuinely don't understand this mindset.
I'm telling you, it's about importing culture, not assimilating.
Well, yeah, and it seems like not assimilating is the goal. If he's against assimilation, then why even be in the country? Just go home.
But their country doesn't make as much money.
Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. Figure out how to build something there then. The barrier to entry is that low. Come on. Seriously. That's no excuse. I am strongly, like, at this point, I think I'm just against economic migration. I want it to stop. I want it to end because this is getting kind of silly. If you come here and you want to make money here, you should at least learn to live here. It's annoying.
I agree.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing. But man, it's like imagine if I went to Singapore, right? And I was like chewing gum in public and then spitting on the streets. They would cane me. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm an American national. They would cane me in Singapore because it's against their laws there. So when you go to another country, you need to...
If it's just about money and you are disrespectful to the country that pays you, get out. Yeah,
for real. And if I'm going to Singapore to make money and I'm breaking all their rules and getting caned all the time and complaining about getting caned because I kept breaking the rules don't need to change to suit me. I shouldn't be in Singapore at that point, you know? So why stay in a country if you don't want to conform to the norms? It's so annoying.
I wouldn't say good or bad, but it's not be forced people to be assimilated. I can be American and be my own.
Okay. So no one's saying to abandon your culture. They're saying to at least accept the baseline. That's what assimilation is. We're not talking about total, like, overwrite of everything that you ever left behind. We're talking about, can you observe or, at least conform to the normal customs, not completely forget everything that you brought with you. Like, we're not asking you to change much. Just, learn enough of the language to talk to the doctor, learn enough of the language to talk to the police, follow our laws, and don't instigate. That's really it. Is that too much to ask? No? My goodness.
And there is some Amish. They know assimilated.
I see. Do you think a commonly shared language would be a reasonable thing to compromise?
Also, don't fraud the government.
Yeah, don't fraud the government. That's a big one. Don't commit fraud. I mean, maybe I'm the unreasonable one here. Maybe I'm not that bad. I don't know. But if you look at what all the left is saying, there's all going on and on about how it's racist or whatever to ask people to assimilate. I'm saying, can we pass a basic threshold? I'm not even asking for full assimilation, Not asking for Angel Island standards. I'm asking for, like, can we follow the laws? Can we, can we learn the language enough to communicate? I'm not even asking for, like, grade 12 literacy here. I'm asking for, I have owie. It hurts 5 out of 10. Stuff like that. But,
Yeah, assimilation isn't too rigid. You can even keep your religion.
That's protected by the First Amendment. The whole point is, can we have a baseline threshold, please? Just something. Anything. Because I don't... And when he brings up the Amish, it's like, they live in communes. They live away from everyone else. They have a religious reason to do this. That's why they don't have social security numbers and all that.
Though I think we shouldn't accept Muslim.
Personally,
The Amish follow the law.
that's true. They follow the law and they don't impose. They don't tell everyone else to be Amish. They just kind of mind their own business and live away from everyone else. This is not that. They are kind of exploiting the system. So,
On, like, let's say we all speak English like you and I do.
I learned English for my own personal interests. I am an engineer in order to have...
He's an engineer? Well, then why is he not... Why do you phrase learning English as personal interest? Like, that's kind of required for the job. If you're an engineer, you're going to be communicating with other people. Especially in America, you're going to need to know English to tell people how the design works and stuff like that. What kind of engineer is he? That's another question. That could be really important.
Job, I must be able to speak English. Who doesn't have an interest, let them have their own language.
It's less about forcing them to learn the language and more like helping them. It's kind of dangerous to live in a country where you don't speak the majority language. I'm pretty sure in Japan, they would expect you to learn as much Japanese as you possibly can while you live there, right? Especially if you're a long-term resident. They're not going to ask you for fluency day one, but they are going to expect you to learn.
Yep.
Yeah, so the fact that you can come to America and not speak any English and never be expected to learn English, that's just not how other countries operate. You need a baseline understanding of things so that way you can communicate with law enforcement, communicate with the doctors,
At the
stuff
very
like that.
least, learn how to communicate. Don't expect the Japanese to know English.
Exactly. And don't get offended when they don't speak your language. My goodness. And don't expect special accommodation everywhere either. You're in a majority English speaking country. You need to at least learn enough English to get by.
That's just entitlement.
Yeah, I don't understand the entitlement of a lot of this. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I don't really care at this point. Learn English.
You don't think there are any problems with not being able to read like traffic directions or...
Yeah, if you look at Somalis living here, who are above 20 or 30 years, all of them, they speak English.
I see.
Yeah.
It's just human nature to sort of live next to people.
White people live to white next. Sure. I don't think that's not something unique to the Somali. If you go to the Brooklyn Park, you can see a lot of...
what's that book in his hand? The Friction Project. I'm gonna look that up real quick. By Bob Sutton. The Friction Project is a book by Robert I. Sutton and Huggy Rao. It explores the concept of friction in organizations, distinguishing between destructive friction and forces that hinder progress, and beneficial friction, which can prevent poor decisions against... Okay. Gotcha. So it's basically a book about the difference between friction that causes inertia and friction that prevents bad decision making. It's very... I would almost call that basic business principles.
Haitian or people come from West Africa. That's not bad.
So there's studies that suggest when ethnic groups live together in one densely populated area that they don't have to assimilate. There's no reason to sort of learn the commonly spoken language like English, for instance, or learn certain cultural norms if they ethnically pool together.
I don't agree that our community disperses.
Okay, so he's saying he wants them all in one place, and that's going to actually prevent assimilation because there's no reason to. That's cultural export, which is what you were saying earlier. Oh man, I don't like that at all. It's about turning... That's a type of colonization. Like if we look at Civ as an example, you can culturally capture cities. That's what they're doing here. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
If we live in one place, in a close place, we will be having a political say. And I would encourage...
Yes, it is. It's exactly what Muslims do and why Tech Crusade started.
Was it the Byzantine Empire that got scared, right? They were tiny at that point. And then they launched the Crusades to try to pressure the Ottoman Empire out of Christendom, I think. Or I don't know if it was the Ottoman Empire at that point. The Seljuks. I can't remember. Running on very little sleep right now. Anyway, Yeah, no, that's hmm.
It was the Muslim Ottomans.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. You have cultural export, which leads to kind of domination that way. It's all in the name of power. I don't know. Cultural force doctrine.
That the Somalis get together and live in one place because the MPs from that area will be Somalis. I came from Virginia.
Is it really that important that your MP be the same nationality that you are? Because I'm actually now on the train that I want every elected official to be born in the U.S. Like that needs to be the bare minimum. And I think the president needs to be 2 generations U.S. like 2nd generation U.S. at the minimum. Like that's how bad I think it's getting. Whenever our representatives start voting in the interests of another country, yeah, I don't like that. Like, we have people homeless here, people suffering here. Can we not worry about another country?
I agree, and I think that migrants should be encouraged to be spread out across the country instead of grouped together like this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when they start voting in the best interest of their home country instead of America, that's an issue. That's wealth extraction. And maybe immigration just needs to pause for a while so we can fix this. It's getting pretty bad. I think I've said that so many times at this point. I don't know what else to say though. I don't like it. It's icky. Make it stop.
Previously.
Why from Virginia to Minnesota?
Well, we have more
Somali community?
More the Somali, more power. We have more political.
It's all about power. Okay. Yeah, great. You're going to vote in people who will vote in the best interest of your home country and send money back to your families there. That's the idea. Using foreign aid as the way to do it. No more foreign aid, please. Can we make that just the humanitarian efforts don't really pan out for our best interest 99% of the time. And when they do, it's always a soft power play that really blows up in our face. I don't know what else to do.
Man, screw that. Stop sending money overseas. Only spend American dollars in America.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, what influence do we need over Somalia? Like, we could just to try to stop the pirates? I mean, really? We have the Navy. The Navy can stop the pirates very effectively. If you've seen Captain Phillips, you've seen what the Navy can do to pirates. So why are we trying to buy influence in countries that can't help us? There needs to be some kind of self-interest. Otherwise, we're just throwing money into a pit and inviting fraud. Angry. Very, very angry.
I mean, Trump's been bombing Venezuela drug boats. I don't see why not for pirates as well.
It's because they'd blip and be gone. It's bad optics, I guess. I don't know.
Power, we can have better chances here.
When you think of your
political
identity,
power,
does it go religion, nationality, ethnicity? What is the sort of
what's the hierarchy?
To be a Muslim Somali American?
In this country, everyone in this country came from somewhere else.
I didn't. I was born in the U.S. I'm pretty sure everyone except our grandma was before that too. So, yeah, no, that's just a nonsense statement. My goodness. This whole country of immigrants. Ugh, please. Country of settlers. Very different.
And our grandma assimilated.
Yeah, she wouldn't even teach us Japanese. So, what is this guy on about? A country of conquerors.
We're a country of conquerors.
Conquerors. Woo, whatever that is. Country of conquerors. I mean, kind of, yeah. Started as settlement, though. And yeah, I guess it did eventually turn into conquest. That was just the times. You had the I forget it's like the Revolutionary period into the Napoleonic period. And then we got to the 1900s eventually. So, yeah, country of immigrants, not necessarily accurate at all. Ugh.
We are not the only people who came from somewhere else. When we came here, we were Somalians, Muslims, and now became Americans. So
maybe you did.
Americans, Muslims, and Somalians.
Hey, well, thank you so much for your time, sir. You're very gracious with your time and answers. Have a great day. Thank you.
and again, just creating more division in our community.
Oh, he is throwing up signals of some sort.
Like, let me see, how can I word, since that's where they were raised, but you know, first generation.
Is he trying to just get Tyler Oliveira on video?
Interview, Pasha, can you? How you doing?
Definitely.
All right, bro.
You,
Great to meet you again.
Good luck.
All right. Be safe. See ya. What did the guy in the blue? Is there a problem, you guys? So we got this dude like hiding behind pillars creepily. He was definitely mocking you. You speak
We're
English?
A country of pilgrims.
No English?
Not immigrants.
Somali?
Yeah.
Is this man a Puritan Christian? I didn't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been one headache after another with this one. Yeah. Talk about immigration reform and all that. It's really annoying because it's like the answers seem simple, but like what don't I know is always the question I ask. And I don't know a lot, but I know what I think would work. You know what I mean? There's got to be a simple solution somewhere. And for me, that's making sure incentives don't make it where you can be here illegally and make money doing that. But I also just want to shut off all economic migration. I don't like economic migration. I'm fine with like people in genuine danger, but I also kind of want refugee status to be applied for at the embassy in their country, not at the border here, unless like they are actively fleeing. But then go to a legal point of entry and apply for asylum there. Don't hop the border and then run to the courthouse as soon as you get caught for being in the country illegally. The system's broken. We need to fix it. Something, anything. I think universal e-verify would actually be a huge step in the right direction.
French? Excuse me, sir. Do you speak English?
What is
French?
that look?
Somali? Hello. I'm trying to interview members of Somali community, but I can interview you too?
It's like mainly Somalians here, but there's like maybe I've seen a few other, races or whatever, but they're very nice to me and my kids.
Do most people have a job and work here?
No.
No?
Nope. No.
I don't like the tattoos.
A few, like, I could tell that they were going to work, but I don't even know if they're going to work or where they're going.
Bus?
Oh.
She's speaking Somali?
Yeah. Oh, she's talking to him.
They're yelling at each other.
I think that's just how they talk, honestly.
Oh. Wow.
How they communicate.
Must be pleasant.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. I be watching your videos all the time, bro.
Respect. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I love everybody who love me.
That's a good way to live.
Yeah.
How did this become like the de facto hub for the Somali community?
I'm not sure, bro. Honestly, shit, they just came here and took over, bro.
Notice.
Oh, that is some diabolical phrasing. Came here and took over. Yeah, so it's a cultural capture of a city. And when they can outvote you and prevent you from having representation for your country's best interest by voting in one of the ones that has their country's best interest in mind, that's going to be a problem. So what I'm seeing right now is they're trying to get into the highest echelons of power to benefit their home country, not America. That's what I'm hearing. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Because when you look at like foreign aid packages and stuff like that, they can start packing in pork that goes directly to their country. And I already hate omnibus bills. I think that we need to pass line for line. We don't need to be jamming bills full of like 5,000 plus pages. Let each program live or die by its merits, not force it through. But man, this is like hitting a raw nerve for me. I'm getting a bit tilted, I'm gonna be honest.
It's very difficult to communicate with the women out here, Somali women.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I would.
Just part of the culture, Muslim culture.
Say, no, because the men are mainly the one that speak to me.
Yeah.
But the women also speak to me as well that are on my floor, and yeah, they really don't talk a lot. I don't know.
Some of them not speak English.
Don't speak English at all. So, like yesterday, I tried to ask one of them a question and she didn't speak English. So I think that may interfere with, why they don't talk.
Yeah. Well, it's been great talking with you.
You
I hope
too.
you raise your kids and you have a beautiful family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have a nice
And then, as I was interviewing this guy, some Somali-looking gangster homie got aggro and started talking shit from behind our camera.
How you doing? Real quick, when you travel as much as I do, the first thing that I need when I land is data. And the sponsor of today's video, eSIM.io, has got you covered. Whether you're in India, France, Spain, or Italy, you never want to waste your time hunting for Wi-Fi in the middle of nowhere when you should be spending it making memories. Option 1, pay as you go. Load up your eSIM balance inside the app and use it in over 190 countries. Option 2, time-based plan. Buy a 30-day plan for a single country, and if your trip runs longer than your plan, it'll automatically switch to pay as you go using your remaining balance. Option 3, regional plans. Pick a regional plan and stay connected in multiple countries at once. This Europe plan covers all of these countries, and you'll never have to swap SIMs again. Their One SIM feature lets you download their eSIM once and use it forever. No more juggling 20 eSIMs across your trip. And if there's any leftover balance, it rolls over to your next adventure. No wasted money, no wasted data.
This one's probably never going to be relevant for me, but if you're an international traveler,
to download eSIM.io and get $5 worth of data free. Thanks, eSIM.io. Back to little Somalia. What did you say? I think you said, "F your grimy ass, come holler at me after." I'm not sure. Nice people. Thank you. Appreciate you. Well, we might get shot out here if we keep sticking around. Okay, I'm walking away. Hell no. All right, bro is reaching in to pull out a gun. Thank you. Oh, that's sketchy.
And then my cameraman appeared to be a gun from his man purse and began sprinting towards us as we ran away for our lives.
He's gonna pull a gun on us. Some guy back there. He's really going for the piece.
Good grief. All he's doing is reporting. If that's real. I don't know if they staged it or not.
That might be the first time someone fully went in to grab the gun.
As our lives flashed before our eyes, we headed to the hotel to cool down and came back the next day to one of many Somali malls, and I finally found a woman to speak to.
Is this your business?
Yes, I do.
How long have you owned this business?
2 years.
Where are you from?
In Somalia, East Africa.
Yeah.
Somalia.
How is life here in Minneapolis?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Alhamdulillah.
Good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Praise God be the highest?
House? No.
No, praise God. God Almighty?
Oh, that language barrier is going to be rough. Can we please just, at this point, I think for visa applications, we just need to have English be required. This is getting dumb.
Alhamdulillah?
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, ya Allah.
Inshallah, wallahi? No. How difficult was it to start your own business here?
It was very difficult. I'm a single mom. It's very hard. I'm still struggling.
Small business owner?
Yes, I do. And that people, they supporting almost what they call every person in here, they support 10 people, 20 people. So our people is waiting for us.
So you're saying every Somali that lives here is supporting 10 to 20 people back home?
Yes, because...
Yeah, that was proposed a while ago, I think. English standard tests for immigration.
Yeah, I mean, just enough to be literate. Maybe write your name and read a form. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness.
How do you afford that?
We're trying it. We're struggling. That people, they're not good. They don't have a place to go.
Okay, so you're one of the first women I've had a conversation with. Why is it so difficult to speak with women?
Because the culture and some people, what's going on now, people, they don't want to talk, It's scary what's going on.
Yeah. Have you heard about some of this welfare fraud in Minnesota recently?
I heard that. But, people, they're not same. How many people in America? Or
Many.
Somali people?
400 million.
$400 million.
Yeah.
We say 100 people do something mistake.
Yeah.
Then 100,000 people, you say all the thieves.
Sure.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
I've been in America 27 years. I never have any problem. I have my own business. I have my own family. I never have any problems. People like me, do they thief?
Yeah.
I think she's being fair. If she's here legally and she's been following the rules, of course she's going to take issue with the people breaking the rules. The thing is, if she doesn't say go after those guys who broke the rules, then she might be kind of wanting to run cover for them. I don't like that. So if you have a community that is so opposed to removing its bad elements, I find that to be a big issue, right? I think back to the truck driver who caused 3 traffic fatalities, and he didn't speak any English. Apparently he cheated to get the license to drive the commercial vehicle. in California, if I remember right, and then the reciprocity. It was somewhere, and then they had reciprocity in another place, and that allowed them to get a job there. Then they started driving trucks, but they didn't speak English. So when they caused the wreck, it was how many fatalities? I don't remember. Like 3 people died because of it. And so what happened with that was they wrote a letter to not deport the guy. And I'm just thinking, why would you defend that? You know, I don't understand the mindset. If one of us messes up and kills 3 people in a traffic fatality and they weren't even supposed to be in the country in the first place, why would you write a letter asking that they don't get prosecuted for the wrongful deaths and don't get deported? I don't get it. It's, my goodness.
What did you do, right?
I don't do nothing. We love America. We've been in America. I love it. I respect it.
U.S. flag right there.
Yeah. We keep telling people every day, America is a great country. You need to work the country. You need to obey the law.
Well, thank you so much.
I mean, that's great for you, man, but you need to make sure that you say, yeah, no, get rid of those guys. They give everyone else a bad name. You know, that would do a lot of help. It's like, I get it. You are doing the right thing. I'm happy for you. I'm glad. You need to call out your bad actors. Everyone needs to do that. Just, the optics. That's where you're going to lose. Because if you don't call out the bad actors, then no one's going to, people aren't going to associate you with them. They're going to associate them with you. So, yeah, if you don't distance yourself from the bad actors, you need to.
For giving me a moment of your time. Oh, yes, I can't. Yeah, sorry. Do you own this business?
No. 3 years or 3 years and a half.
Do most people that come here, are they Somali?
Yeah.
Only Somali mall. Yeah. And even the customers, only Somali?
Yeah, Somali.
This is run by Somalis for Somalis?
Every people
I can come, but typically only Somalis come?
Every country you come here.
How is life in Minneapolis as Somali?
Life is good life.
America good.
America good? Okay.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, and I don't have any problem.
Life is beautiful, man.
How large is the Somali community here in Minneapolis?
Oh, too much. Yeah.
Too much?
It reminds you of home?
Too much, yeah.
That guy is basically saying, oh yeah, no, I left Somalia to get away with Somalia, but Somalia followed me here. That's funny. Yeah, I think he'd be all for the dispersal strategy then. Try not to concentrate people into one place too much. Yeah, that makes sense, to be fair.
Back home, Somalia.
Okay.
And like when I came here, it was like similar. Besides like the violence and shit like that.
My man, how cold are you that you're shoving your hands in your
I'm
sweats?
a Jew. I've lived here in the most Somali community in Minneapolis for a while now. Literally never been more welcome anywhere else in the city in my entire life.
We always help each other.
Okay.
And every Ramadan, we always fast together. The one thing that we don't have in Somalia is a foundation. And that foundation was kind of built here from different tribes. We all communicate differently. We have.
Okay, yeah, but there was that tribe thing that caused the mayoral election to slide the way that they did. Took that one guy to just kind of exploit that tribal warfare, and suddenly this guy won instead of the other guy. Yeah, you didn't leave all of that over there, to be honest.
Mall right here, that brings us all together, you know.
I'm got on Duolingo, trying to learn a little bit of Somali. It's nice to live in a neighborhood where there's another language that is largely spoken. People have told me, like, why would you feel like you need to learn another language when you're in America? And it's like, because there's a lot of people who speak a lot of languages in America.
Being Somali out here for me is like survival, man, every day. Every day I gotta go, you know what I'm saying, look for where to get my bread from, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, okay, hang on. Dude has pockets. Why are you shoving your hands in your pants? Oh, man. So weird.
Out there, because I got family who I got to support, you know?
Is life easier in Somalia or Minneapolis?
It depends on the person, bro. For me, it's almost the same. So I go back and forth, you know, every year.
Can you tell me about some of the clans or tribes that live here in Minneapolis?
There's Majartan, there's Ugaden, there's Hawargid, Hawargadia, there's Abgal, Hawiya. So they all have their own different type of languages and even what they eat. Every single one of them cannot always identify each other. I'm Rahwain, for example, you know? Rahwain are kind, cool, educated, but very social people. But then there's other people that are like distant, you know, that they don't like communicating with other, tribes and shit.
I was on the train yesterday and I heard someone listening to a podcast about exactly this. It was these people saying like Islamism isn't compatible with American values. That's such a distraction from the actual problem, which is that people are hurting, and we used to have social programs that like tried to keep people living dignified lives.
My culture, we spread peace and love, tranquility, So we're willing to give is how you treat people around here. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You give respect, you give respect.
You will know what tribe you're from, That's how they taught me who I am, because if you don't know your tribe, people make fun of you.
Okay. So the tribalism is normalized to the point where if you don't know your tribe, then you are you're made fun of. I'm trying to follow here, but I don't know if the editing is what's throwing me off, or just trying to understand what they're saying is throwing me off. Of course, they're going to try to make things look as good as possible, but I can't fathom where this is all coming from, because it really does seem like just a massive power play to me. It's a cultural export, because I don't have a tribe. At least I don't have a blood tribe, I should say. I know where my family is, but that's different. And so the way he was describing it is almost like star signs. Pretty crazy.
That come from Somalia and Africa, they kind of talk down on us because we're born in America. They don't like that.
I see.
That's why Somali people don't succeed in Somalia, because they have that jealous and hate towards each other.
What are your thoughts on some of the fraud related to the autism, the feeding the children? Have you heard about that?
Of course I heard that, my friend, but to me, those cases is individual persons. So everybody has to pay the price. This is America, America don't charge community or family for a crime that one person commit. Individuals is responsible for this crime, not the whole community. I got nothing to do personally. I've been working all my life hard. I fled Somalia when I was 14, I think.
14, okay.
Yeah, I've been here 25 years. So Somalia and United States is the same to me. Understood. And I love both. It's part of my life.
It's home.
Yeah, it's home. We're peaceful people. We came here for peace.
Why aren't they? Says yes, it's the individual and doesn't reflect on the community. So would you say to kick out the people who did it? Come on, man. Just tell them to punish those guys. Come on.
Peace. We ran away a war, We love everywhere is a peace, especially Minnesota. It's one of the biggest states welcome us.
With members of the Somali community understandably defensive that the blame is being placed on the community as a whole, when you consider the $14 million fraud scheme involving autism treatment centers, where parents were reportedly paid kickbacks to enroll their children in fake treatment centers, one must wonder to what degree this fraud goes beyond a few dollars.
Okay, so the ones who were perpetrating it were, I think they said 77 or something like that. But then we have to think about the number of people who benefited from it as well. They can only catch the ones that committed the fraud. They can't really verify that the motive of everyone else was to defraud it. They probably just saw free money and went for it. Yeah, it's got to be more than just 77 people involved, right? It's got to be upwards of, let's just say, 10 per 77, that's 770 people. The proportion gets larger and larger, it scales up. So everyone that got the kickback is a beneficiary of fraud. Yeah.
Dozen individuals. So I met up with Minnesotan journalist Dustin Grage and Senator Michael Holmes to hear their thoughts on this Somali fraud scandal. But real quick, there are some things so insane YouTube won't let us upload.
Get it up. Show me that pussy.
Is this legal? But luckily, you can watch it all on patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira and get early access to these videos for $5 a month. Thank you for your support. Back to Little Somalia.
Dustin, tell me about the Somali fraud in the state of Minnesota right now and what that term means.
Probably the biggest one everyone's familiar with is Feeding Our Future, which is the nation's largest COVID fraud scheme. Originally reported at $250 million. I believe it's now around $300 million right now. And what that case ended up being was fraud case for hungry kids. So this is during COVID. Everyone's out of school. They set up these feeding centers all across the state and ultimately were getting payments out to these feeding centers, but kids aren't actually being fed. They're just reporting fake numbers, fake names, and then ultimately out goes $300 million.
And where are we in front of?
This is the Hennepin County Government Center. This is where the district court judge allowed a fraudster for $7.2 million in fraud to go completely scot-free. She just didn't like the ruling that the jurors came back with.
There's nothing illegal about what the judge did. They can overturn this. Granted, was it a horrible decision? And should it be appealed? And is it being appealed? Absolutely, but it has to be prevented from happening in the future.
Is our judicial system compromised right now? What's happening?
Nope. The judicial system is 100% compromised. A number of like felons getting off like scot-free or getting released with without bail or bond. That needs to stop. And then they reoffend, and then they get another light sentence. It's getting ridiculous. I really do think that if a person reoffends while under the I don't remember the term for it. Is it arraignment? Basically, if they posted bond and they commit another crime while they posted bond, I think the judge should face a consequence for that, like a fine or something, anything to make this thing kind of stop. Criminality is getting too out of control. Really, I can't stand it. So yeah, when they ask if the judiciary is cooked, yes, it is completely cooked.
Absolutely. Our justices are allowed to just decide these things on a whim. They have no accountability to the people, and the people of Minnesota are getting defrauded and have no recourse.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are Somali. There's one white woman at the top, defendant one, lady by the name of Amy Bach, kind of the mastermind behind the scheme, but we very well may exceed over 100 people charged. Just recently, we just saw the 78th one, and that individual was actually charging for more people being fed in a town in northern Minnesota, double the amount of the actual population of the city. So very clearly we have a fraud problem there. But actually Senator Omar Fattah ended up coming out publicly and advocating for the Somali community.
Okay, hang on. Let me see what he said.
Saying you're all a bunch of racists. Our state government is racist. They end up blocking.
Wait. So he said they were racist because they were charging criminals. He said it was fraud, though. Why is it racist to prosecute fraudsters? I don't get it. Like, that mindset makes no sense to me. My goodness.
It, and they win their court case, and actually Omar Fattah praises Feeding Our Future for all the good work they're doing and working with Amy Bach and all their team.
Oh, he's covering for fraud, right? I mean, what? And he was up for mayor? My goodness.
To actually win this court case and prevent the stop payments from occurring. It continues on, and $300 million down the line later, we continue with the fraud.
Is it Somali fraud because the majority of defendants right now are found to have been from the Somali community?
Yeah, I think that's where the tagline comes from. Honestly, there's a lot of fraud in DHS from top to bottom to begin with. That's getting a lot of press because of the Somali fraud, we're calling it, because honestly, so many Feeding Our Future came out, hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what everyone's looking at right now.
Now, granted, are white people also committing fraud through Medicaid? Absolutely. And they should be charged and tried as well. But in particular, I mean, we're talking about, 100,000 Somalis in the state, 5 million people. It's still a very small subsect of the population. At least over 50% of the fraud is coming from one community.
How have you guys sort of discovered the extent of this fraud?
Minnesota House of Representatives has created a fraud committee. So many whistleblowers have come forward to that committee to testify, and we have DHS whistleblowers coming forward. People from the Somali community are coming forward and really exposing what this is. And unfortunately, the state is not doing a great job of these investigations.
Okay, that sounds like it's definitely a state government issue then. If your government is that incompetent, maybe you should reassess who you vote for. Like, if you want this resolved, if you're fine with just rampant fraud and corruption, I guess keep voting for whoever you're voting for, because this is clearly not going to change until the government changes. That soft on crime nonsense needs to stop.
We're actually going to go in and look at some of these past cases with that judge, and in particular one exhibit where wire transfers were occurring overseas. And now brings us back to...
Oh, it was going to Al-Shabaab. Okay, yeah, no, that's an enhancement. It's a big enhancement. They better be ready for that. And I hope they're tried to the fullest extent of the law, because that's really bad. Really, really bad.
Al-Shabaab, were some of these payments going to hawalas, is what they're called. So in Somalia, they don't have banks. they have hawalas.
The average working class guy right now, working his ass off, that money's coming out of his pocket to fund who knows what at this point?
Yeah, and it's in the worst possible way. We have families with autistic children, with disabled children who aren't getting services because other families in the state are deciding to lie and say, oh, I have an autistic child, and they get a kickback. Then money is getting shipped out overseas, and we don't know where that goes, and we're finding out that some of it is unfortunately getting
Allegedly.
sent to terror networks, and it's a real problem.
How did it take this long to identify this widespread fraud?
Let's go back to 2014. A program called CCAP, basically child care assistance. So Somali daycare centers ended up popping up everywhere, and a lot of the same exact issues. Fake names being submitted, fake billing hours, everything. We noticed that a lot of that money was being wire transferred over to Somalia and the Horn.
Okay. Oh, what's the saying? It's like once is an incident, twice is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. I mean, come on, man. At this point, it's getting kind of obvious. There's an issue here. I think due to how all of this has been going, we should really just cut off Somalia from all foreign aid until we get this figured out. Maybe pause remittance as well. This is. I don't want America to be the world's piggy bank. Getting old. Why are we forced to shoulder the burdens of the world's poverty when we can barely take care of our own here? Man, this is. I don't think this is a good thing. I really hate that all I can say in this video is I don't like it. It's bad. Crazy. Whoa. I wish I had something more insightful to say, but honestly, it's just kind of like, and crime bad. Hot take, I know.
Of Africa. Fast forward to 2018, it ended up not being wire transfers anymore because we ended up catching that. It ended up being bags of cash. In this case, $1 million being stuffed into a suitcase and trying to be transported over to the Horn of Africa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like scammers actually pull that kind of crap too. They'll rent an Airbnb, send the address to the person, and then the person will stuff like a book or something full of money and then send that book full of money to the address, and then the money mule takes it to the scammer's PO box or whatever. Yeah, there's got to be a way to stop this, right? Because how desperate are you for American dollars that you're willing to break the law this blatantly, especially when you're getting foreign aid packages as well? Like this is double dipping. You got the legal money and then the illegal money on top of that. Ugh.
And it was tied to CCAP, the child care fraud program, as well. Vulnerable adults who can't get around or might have mental health issues and they need assistance in their homes. These individuals are also fraudulently being billed. And we just had another one happen last week where an individual actually was walked in on and they found them dead. This individual had schizophrenia and a bunch of different issues. That individual had been deceased for a while. And they were collecting money on his behalf, billing 12 hours a day. But then the individual, his name was Muhammad, ended up saying that, oh yeah, I saw him last alive the morning before, which was clearly a lie. This individual, according to the report, had been deceased for a while. We have autism centers around the state being fraudulently billed, made up autism cases. They don't actually have a diagnosis, but they're being charged for it.
How deep does this fraud?
So they don't even have like a doctor to fake it. They just fake it. What in the world? Like a self-report and all that. You just at least a doctor's note next time, guys. Come on. Some form of verification would reduce the fraud by a significant margin. Is that too much to ask? Seriously.
Rabbit hole go.
We're told it gets up to potentially $8 billion here in the state. And that's picking the easy to get fruit. There's really no telling how deep it is.
We would encourage the Somali community to come forward and go, we want to work with you. Let's go after them. Let's go after the bad apples so you guys can flourish in these communities. And the good news, I can at least report that is happening in many cases.
Okay,
and Republicans were not racist. We have done countless things to be able to bring the Somali community into the Republican Party.
How do you think Trump revoking temporary protected status for Somalia impacts the reduction of fraud happening in Minnesota, if at all?
Unfortunately, right, it's more of a symbolic step. We're recognizing that this is something that needs to come to an end. The Somali community here in Minnesota, they need to take some accountability and police themselves. There isn't a hatred of Somalians or anything like that here. There's just a realization that this has to be tackled and everybody needs to be part of that solution.
Exposing corruption is not racist. Thank you for your work. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Fraud aside, Minneapolis is a cautionary tale and microcosm microcosm of what happens when you import mass quantities of people from fundamentally different worlds and assume they'll behave, talk, pray, and live like you do. And once you import enough of these people into the same place, after years of chain migration, they will achieve power through numbers and leverage our democracy to assert political representation and seemingly turn their generous host into second-class citizens within their own home. If everyone can be an American the moment they land on American soil, then what does it even mean to be an American?
What you see is a visual representation of we have your back, and when you come for one of us, you come for all of us. Yarub Farid, Doka Magalada, Minneapolis.
Yep. I don't like fraud. I don't like crime. I want it all to stop. That's where I'm at. So, yeah, this video made me a bit mad. Maybe I got rage baited. Good video from Tyler Oliveira. Yeah, we need to figure out how to fix this. I'm getting kind of sick of seeing it. If you're made it this far into the video, go over to Tyler Oliveira's video, give it a like. Definitely subscribe to Tyler Oliveira. And if you think I added anything, a like here would be nice too. Maybe subscribe. I do some stuff like this sometimes. I also stream. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.